Hello dragons and dragonesses, I'm Dragon and welcome back to Minecraft. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Well, not too different. You know how I do the through plan G stuff? Well, I decided that after the last video with how I narrated while I was working on the World Painter world. Yeah, I just said that. So I decided after doing that, I decided to narrate after other... I decided to narrate, well, other things that I do. So here I am. In this video I'm working on a I don't know what to call it. It was supposed to be medieval, but it kind of turned out different. So I don't know what to call this. It's like a practice for that Steam and medieval era. So I'm trying to make like a medieval build, and then I'm gonna make a steampunk build in, I don't know, next video after that, sometime like that. So after that I would see which things I liked from each build and incorporate them together, and to figure out how well I can do that and see what happens. So in this video I'm pretty much just making this building, and it takes a lot longer than I expected it to take. So just kind of imagine that this is like a wealthy medieval owner's house, medieval house owner. So yeah, that's kind of what this was meant to be, and I kind of do a little walk around at the very end of the video. And actually I did two, I think. One before finishing touches and one after. So I kind of go through, like, in my head what other people said medieval is like, and I kind of think of that. So here I'm making the walls, and that's pretty much all I can say right now because I have no idea what else to say. Honesty is kind of something that I go to immediately after saying something I don't know about. And yeah, here I'm kind of looking at the windows like, should I put windows? Should I use bars? I don't really know. So at the end I'm like, screw it, I'm using this window right here. And the result is kind of nice, actually. So I work with the dark oak stuff in this video, but I kind of think, well, that's a little too much dark stuff, because I did my research earlier about how medieval houses looked, and most of them were either dark colored or really lightly colored. I decided to go for the darker because lighter is a little harder in Minecraft, because pretty much you have bone block, quartz, and wool, and occasionally clay if you can figure out a way to use it. Here I'm making the roof edges, and I actually liked how they turned out. I was just kind of messing around, and the result was a really interesting roof style that I don't think I've ever seen before, and I really liked it. And here I'm just trying to make a little roof end, and yep, I nodded. I went really slow in real time. Now, at this point I realized that I kind of screwed up a little bit, and I started making and I had to get rid of a couple things, including the entire roof. So yeah, and also I went to bed because for some reason my Minecraft, whenever you toggle downfall, it just keeps the rain keeps coming back faster and faster until you have to toggle downfall every literally 5 minutes. It gets so annoying. So I don't know if that's something that's across multiple Minecraft games or just my Minecraft on this computer. So yeah, that's why I had to sleep. So yeah, it's so hard to do this, by the way. It's really hard to keep up a commentary and just talk about what's going on as if you're like a news commentator or a sports commentator. And there I am placing multiple blocks. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's why I'm having difficulties. So I recreate the ending thing over there, I balance, well, not balance, but support the ends on each side, and I start working on the floor. I wanted to add another color scheme because these two colors are still a bit too dark and drabby, so I added these normal oak wood slabs that would kind of make it pop a little more. I know that's not something you want to see in a medieval build, but that's something that I wanted to see, so I was like, screw it, I'm doing my thing. No one can tell me what not to do or not to do on my not builds, yeah. I don't have to make sense all the time, I just have to make you understand what I'm basically saying. That didn't make sense either. Anyway, so yeah, on this wall I wasn't sure what to build because it was a corner and I wanted to let in light, but it was so hard to find a way that I just eventually gave up on it. And at this point I'm looking at the villager house and just comparing, like, everything I did was different. So I look through it again, and here I start working on the bedroom. There's a total of 3 tries that I did, and every single time, well, the first 2 tries resulted in the bed not having enough space for anything else in there. So eventually I just said, okay, let's just make a really large room and take away too much space, honestly. And even after I took away all the space, it's still a pretty small room. I grab a flower because flowers. That's all the explanation you really need for that. I make a small, like, eating section. Definitely not a room, but just a small little section with a plate and a flower pot for a cup. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking really weird. I don't know why. So basically here I'm kind of making a custom cupboard, I guess. I guess that would be it. So I make this, and then I was like, nah, let's not. I don't know why, honestly, but I replaced it with a small little table instead. Here I'm working on cluttering the attic a little bit, and I come up with the idea to use trapdoors for the edges, and then the cupboards like that, which looks all right. It does what it needs to. Yeah. So yeah, now I think, okay, what about this small balcony I built? I need some kind of railing. So after a couple of tries, I've managed to get a nice shape that I really like, keeping it walkable, but not really odd looking. Eventually, yeah, I just kind of screw the entire wall right there and open it up a little bit, and it really makes it seem so much more open. And I wanted a stair here, but I didn't want to make it like really, well, not stair, but a chair. And I wanted to make it not everywhere in the room. So the result was a slab with trapdoors all around it. I started working on cluttering the basement thingy, which I honestly could have brought this entire thing down like 1 block, and that would have made it look maybe a little better. But I didn't think of that at the time, so here we go. And I start working on detailing because I realized the walls looked really plain. So I work on detailing. I make something on every wall, and the result is pretty nice, in my opinion, of course. So yeah, detail, everywhere detail. So also that corner thing that you can see in the L shape of the building at the front, yeah, it's really hard to see with me moving around so much, but there's a little thing that makes it look a little rounded. That's not my design, if I can remember this time, because the first time I said I'll do it, I forgot, and then I had to remember over a day later. So if I can, I'll put in where I found that design and in the description, because it's not my design. I used it from someone else that really inspired me to start building in a medieval style. So here I start working on texture all around, the roof. Sorry, I had to swallow. I'm not eating anything or anything. No, I just need to swallow. So yeah, I'm kind of working through whatever needs to be left, and I really wanted to add a blue flower. I forget the name. Why am I not remembering the name? But yeah, so now I see it turning night, and I add some lights around the building. So yeah, nighttime in the little cabin-like medieval building, I guess. So I also tried multiple times, and if you see a jump, there it is. I forgot to do something, and I actually fixed it, went back to where I was, and started walking around again. And here I do the same thing, where I stop and I replace something, where all those blue carpets were covering the sea lanterns. There were actually trap doors, and I hated how that looked, so I decided to change it to that. So yeah, I guess this marks about the end of the video. Let's claw up that like button, comment, and possibly subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video when I build something a little different. Steampunk, to be exact. And there's a nice ending of the moon. Bye!